Hello, welcome to another video, and one that I am very nervous to film. I don't know how long this is going to take. This could end up having to be filmed over a couple of different days, or I could knock it out quicker than I think I'm going to. But today I am going to be showing you my entire owned TBR. I don't know when I did this last. I don't think I did it last year, but I may have done it the year before. Not sure. But we're going to go through every single book I own that I have not read. I will not be giving you descriptions. I will simply be holding it up. Title, author, moving on. So you can see every single book I own and haven't read. I don't know how many there's going to be. Editing me will find out. But this is going to take long enough to film, long enough to edit, and long enough for you to watch. So I'm not going to ramble. We're just going to get on with it. Here comes every book I own that I haven't read. Eva Evergreen, The Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. Half a King, Half the World, and Half a War by Joe Abercrombie. The Goblin Emperor and The Witness for the Dead by Catherine Addison. Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Alston. The Thief Who Sang Storms by Sophie Anderson. Rainbow Grey, Eye of the Storm by Laura Ellen Anderson. Voice of War by Zach Argyle. The Night Silver Promise by Annalise Avery. October by Katia Balin. Upon a Burning Throne by Ashok Banker. Age of Assassins, Blood of Assassins, and King of Assassins, all by R.J. Barker. When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. The Winter Garden by Alexandra Bell. Explorers at Pirate Island and Explorers at Stardust City, also both by Alex Bell. The Smoking Hourglass and The Frozen Telescope, both by Jennifer Bell, and Legendarium, also by Jennifer Bell. The Christmas Carols 1 and 2 by Mel Taylor Besant. Artie and the Blue Gods by Jasmine de Boulogne. The Vampire Slayer's Survival Guide by Katie Birchall. Three Impossibles by Susie Bauer. The Desert Prince by Peter V. Brett. Green Rider by Kristen Britton. The Black Coast by Mike Brooks. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. The Wolf in the Whale by Jordana Max Brodsky. The Ravenair by Stephanie Burgess. The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. Wilder Than Midnight and The Ice Bear Miracle by Kerry Burnell. Moonchild, City of the Sun by Aisha Bushby. Furies of Calderon by Jim Butcher. Rise of the Dragon Moon by Gabrielle Byrne. Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. Master Artificer by Justin Cole. Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Callender. King and the Dragonflies, also by Kaysen Callender. The Tethered Mage by Melissa Caruso. Graceling by Kristen Cashore. A Psalm for the Wild Built and A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. Curiosity House by Lauren Oliver and H.C. Chester. Adam 2 and The Consequence Girl by Alistair Chisholm. The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water by Zen Cho. Arusha in the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. The Sky Weaver by Kristen Cicerelli. The Would-Be Queen by Edward Cox. Seasons of the Storm by Ellie Cosimano. House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. Dark Matter and Recursion by Blake Crouch. Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. Calamity at Katori 5 by D. H. Danans. Gingerbread by Robert Dinsdale. The Stormkeeper's Island by Catherine Doyle. Steal the Wind by Jocelyn Drake. Ingo by Helen Dunmore. Dangerous Remedy by Kat Dunn. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Ames. The Great Fox Illusion by Justin Edwards. The Dragon Thief by Zeta Elliott. Unconquerable Sun by Kate Elliott. Wild Wood by Colin Malloy. Rumble Star by Abby Elphinstone. Bitter by Akwetia Mezi. Hex by Jenny Fagan. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Dark Blade by Steve Feasey. King of Ashes and Queen of Storms by Raymond E. Feist. The Christmasaurus and The Christmasaurus and the Winter Witch by Tom Fletcher. Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. Wildalore the Accidental Apprentice by Amanda Foody. Fireborn by Aisling Fowler. The Ocean at the End of the Lane and American Gods by Neil Gaiman. A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. The Last Bear by Hannah Gold. Spellstoppers by Kat Gray. The Hand of the Sun King by J.T. Greathouse. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Fire Song by Vashti Hardy. A Secret of Birds and Bone and The Mercies by Kieran Millward Hargrave. Julia and the Shark and Layla and the Blue Fox, also by Kieran Millward Hargrave and Tom DeFreston. 13 Treasures by Michelle Harrison. By Ash, Oak and Thorn by Melissa Harrison. The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. A Million Junes by Emily Henry. Fledgling by Lucy Hope. Illborn by Daniel T. Jackson. The Vanishing of Avalon Jones by Phil Hicks. Ice Mark by Stuart Hill. The Wheel of Time, books 1 through 5, I'm not talking about them individually. The House of 100 Clock, The Garden of Lost Secrets, and Mystery of the Night Watchers, all by A.M. Howell. Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. The 5th season, I did get about halfway through this. The Obelisk Gate and The Stone Sky, all by N.K. Jemisin. The Forever Sea by Joshua Johnson. A Queen of Gilded Horns by Amanda Joy. Kingdom of Essence by Holly Carlson. The Extraordinary Adventures of Alice Tonks by Emily Kenny. Dreadwood by Jennifer Killick. The Hollow Places, A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, and Bryony and Roses, all by T. Kingfisher. Under the Whispering Door, Wolf Song, and The Extraordinaries, all by T.J. Clune. The Song of the Siren by Nicholas Kotar. Babel by R.F. Kuang. My Neighbor Totoro, the novelisation of the Studio Ghibli movie. Strange World Travel Agency, The Edge of the Ocean, and The Secrets of the Storm Forest by L.D. Lipinski. The Fever King by Victoria Lee. 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. Guardians of the Wild Unicorns by Lindsay Littleson. The House on Horder Hill by Mickey Lish and Kelly Guy. Elusive and The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. Year of the Reaper by Micaiah Lucia. So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. City of Lost Dreamers by Lisa Ludek. Evernight by Ross Mackenzie. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. The Kingdom of Liars by Nick Martell. The Inquisition, The Battle Mage, and Contender by Taran Matharu. 7 Deaths of an Empire by G.R. Matthews. The Undefeated by Una McCormack. Blackwing, Ravencry, and Crowfall, all by Ed MacDonald. A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. Like a Charm by Al McNichol. Beneath the Haunting Sea, Beyond the Shadowed Earth, and Into the Heartless Wood by Joanna Ruth Meyer. The Slightly Alarming Tale of the Whispering Wars, and The Stolen Prince of Cloudburst by Jacqueline Moriarty. The Bird Singers by Eve Morris. Waking Gods by Sylvain Nouvelle, I still can't believe I haven't read this. The Last Firefox by Lee Newbury. Sabriel by Garth Nix. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. The Starspun Web and Skyborn by Sinead O'Hart. Onyeka and the Academy of the Sun by Tola Okogwu. Beasts Made of Night by Toshi Onyebushi. Witchlings by Clarabelle Ortega. Alex Neptune Dragon Thief by David Owen. She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker-Shan. The Unlikely Escape of Uriah Heep by H.G. Parry. Anya and the Nightingale by Anna Pasternak. Witch Sign, Stormtide, and Nightfall by Den Patrick. I really need to read these. A Thunder of Monsters by S.A. Patrick. Operation Nativity by Jenny Pearson. I got about halfway through this, through December, and then didn't read anything else. From Dust Aflame by Rebecca Podos. Set Fire to the Gods by Sarah Rash and Kristen Simmons. The Ship of Cloud and Stars and The Forest of Moon and Sword by Amy Raphael. The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. Goldie Vance, The Hotel Whodunit by Lilian Rivera. The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. The Book of Living Secrets by Madeline Rue. Root Magic by Eden Royce. The Colour of Dragons by Salvatore and Lewis. The Rhythmatist by Brandon Sanderson. Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson, and we will get to more Brandon Sanderson in a minute. Shanghai Sparrow and Sparrow Falling by Guy Sebald. A King's Radiance by R.L. Schulz. A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. The Song Rising, The Mime Order, and The Mask Falling, all also by Samantha Shannon. The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. How Winston Delivered Christmas by Alex Smith. Frankie Best Hates Quests by Chris Smith. I, Cosmo by Charlie Soroziak. Sherwood by Megan Spooner. The Emperor's Blades by Brian Staveley. Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater. The Edge Chronicles, the Twig Saga, and the Quint Saga by Stewart and Riddell. The Bone Shard Emperor by Andrea Stewart. Tangleweed and Brine by Deirdre Sullivan. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. Festegrim by Thomas Taylor. Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. Dragon Mountain by Katie and Kevin Sang. Starfell, Willow Moss and the Magic Thief by Dominique Valente. Hunters of the Lost City by Callie Wallace. The Queen's Poisoner by Jeff Wheeler. The Island That Didn't Exist by Joe Wilson. The Sword of Kaigan by M.L. Wang. Legacy of Ash, Legacy of Steel, and Legacy of Light by Matthew Ward. These are chunkers. For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter. Spells for Forgetting by Adrian Young. The Watcher in the Shadows and The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. The Collarbound by Rebecca Zahabi. Iron Widow and Zachary Ying and the Dragon Emperor by Xirinjie Zhao. And then we move on to individual sections, but I'm going to take a break because I am overheating. Hello, we're back. It's the next day. I took a break and then went to bed. But we're here to carry on with all of the books. So, we finished the A to Z section. We then are moving on to my special shelves, which are the ones that usually house like my favourites. So these are books that belong with favourites despite the fact that I haven't read them yet. Let's carry on. The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. Valor, Ruin, and Wrath, all also by John Gwynne. The Grace of Kings, The Wall of Storms, and The Veiled Throne by Ken Liu. An Echo of Things to Come, and The Light of All That Falls by James Islington. City of Saints and Madmen, Venice Underground, and Born, all by Jeff Vandermeer. The Lives of Christopher Chant, Mixed Magics, Conrad's Fate, The Pinot Egg, and A Tale of Time City, all by Diana Wynne Jones. Warbreaker, Arcanum Unbounded, The Way of Kings, Part 1 and 2, Words of Radiance, Part 1 and 2, and Oathbringer, Parts 1 and 2, all by Brandon Sanderson. City of Dragons, Blood of Dragons, Fool's Assassin, Fool's Quest, and Assassin's Fate, all by Robin Hobb. Then we move on to my manga trolley. This isn't in any particular order, but Pokemon Adventures volumes, or collections, 6 through to 10. These are the collector's editions, collecting volumes 16 through to 29. Pokemon Journeys, volume 3. Pokemon Adventures X and Y, volumes 1 and 2. One Piece, the Compendiums, volumes 1 through to 6. Death Note Black Edition, volume 1. Fruits Basket, volume 1. Children of the Whales, volume 1, 2, and 3. Witch Hat Atelier, volume 2, 3, 5, and 6. I still haven't been able to get my hands on volume 4. I'm very upset about that. The Girl from the Other Side, volumes 4 and 5. Reign of the Seven Spellblades, volume 1. Blue Exorcist, volume 1 and 2. Full Metal Alchemist, the Compendiums, volume 1 through to 6. Burn the Witch, volume 1. Snow White with the Red Hair, volume 1. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, volume 0. And Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, volume 5 through to 13. Very excited about all of these. And then the last manga, Orange, volume 1. I then have a little foodie romance section, which I'm yet to explore to its full extent, but Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall, Tacos for Two by Betsy Sintermant, Maybe I Will by Melanie Jacobson, Simmer Down by Sarah Smith, and Dishing Up Love by K.D. Robichaud? Oh, nearly missed one. Chef's Kiss by T.J. Alexander. And then this one doesn't really have a category, but Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. I don't know where to shelve this. That then leads us on to my comics. Let's go there. Let's do the graphic novel portion of this first. So first up I have Sheets by Brenna Thumler, The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang, Zeta the Space Girl, The Return of Zeta the Space Girl, and Legends of Zeta the Space Girl, all by Ben Hatke, Bloodlust and Bonnets by Emily McGovern, Wingbearer by Marjorie Liu and Tenny Isakanian, Mooncakes by Zoo Walker and Gill, Cody by Jared Cullum, Jalea by Junie Burr, Scales and Scoundrels Volume 2 by Gurner, Glad and Powell, Lore Olympus Volume 3 by Rachel Smith. And you know what? I had fewer comics than I thought, but we have got Low Volume 3, Volume 4 and Volume 5, Ascender Volume 2 and Volume 3, Die Volume 1, Invisible Kingdom Volume 2 and Volume 3, Inkblot Volume 1, and then finally we have got Saga Volume 10. And there we have it. There is my entire unread TBR. I will say I haven't included my, like, folklore short story collection things. I just don't really count them as part of my, like, TBR. They're more like nice to have collectibles for me at this point. Maybe I will read them. Maybe they're just nice to haves, but I don't really count them as part of my TBR. But if you want to count them for the sake of counting them, there's 11 of them. But yeah, I'm really glad filming this is finished now, to be honest with you. But however many there were, including those 11, just for a final number of how many books I have that I haven't read, not necessarily TBR, you know what I mean. Anyway, final number. Here. What was it? I have no idea. I'm not even going to hazard a guess. But there we go. If there is anything that I have mentioned that you think I should absolutely prioritise getting to, let me know. Shout about it down below. But otherwise, I hope you have enjoyed. Hopefully you've seen some good books here that I have yet to get to. But yeah, I guess I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye!